Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Aquatics, and today I want to give you guys an update on my Dovii and ask you a question because I've got kind of a dilemma about what to do with these guys. Not only long-term, as far as their new aquarium that they're going to need, but right now I have a decision that I have to make, and I would really like some input from some of you guys who have some expertise. The first thing I want to do is I haven't fed these fish yet today. We'll go ahead and put some food in there, and oh, they're out buzzing around, and we'll see if you guys can get a good look at them and how they're doing, and then I'll tell the rest of the story all about these fish. The first thing I want to do is ask you guys what you think of this tank. Some people probably hate the way it looks, having these long roots. I mean, those are 16-inch roots on that water lettuce, and some people probably hate the way it looks, and then other people might love it. I'm in the camp that loves it. I love kind of the natural feel it has, and I think it also looks better in person, but anybody can say that. So let's go ahead and get them fed, and then we'll talk about the subject of today's video. You can see that they are aggressive feeders. For those of you that follow along with the channel, you'll know that I got 3 Dovii. I bought 3 Dovii and put in this tank, but I just fed them, and we only saw 2 come up to the front. Drop a little more in there. These are very aggressive feeders. Those are pretty large pellets for the size of fish, for them to eat that many, for how small they are. I'd say the bigger one is 5 inches. Yeah, that's a solid 5 inches. And then the other one is 4 inches. Now, some people have said they thought I had a mated pair here. And if you remember the story, that's my whole goal, is to get a mated pair. I got 3 initially. Where's the third one? And in the last video where I talked about these fish, I said, I think they killed one of them and ate the body, because I was checking this tank every day trying to find these Dovii, and I could find one hiding in this corner and one in that corner, but the most I ever found at one time was 2, and now those 2 are out all the time. They're constantly looking for food. So what happened to the third one? Well, I said I thought it was gone, but it's not. The third one is in there, and before turning on the camera right now, I looked for it for 30 minutes, and I can't find it. It's got to be hiding up at the top in this water lettuce. But obviously, these 2 have paired off. And as I feed them right now, the third one's not coming out. I can mostly come around to each side and kind of peer behind the rocks, and it feels like I can see every little nook and cranny, but obviously I can't, because there's another Dovii in there. I saw all 3 of them at once a couple times in the last few days. Man, they're just still eating. Oh, I thought the third one was coming out, but that's that common pleco. So now let's consider the facts here. So fact number 1, this tank is too small for a single Dovii. They have to be upgraded to a bigger aquarium. We already know that. I said it in the first video. Fact number 2, I want a breeding pair. Fact number 3 I haven't mentioned is, and it'll be hard to get, a scale on it, but this substrate, see how thick that substrate is? They moved all that substrate from back there up to here. And the way they're behaving, I think I may have a mated pair. And I want a mated pair. So what do I do with the third Dovii? Obviously, I could find someone who wants it and try to sell it or trade it. Try to see if I could trade it into the local fish store. But I definitely can't leave it in here. Because would you guys agree with me? Put it in the comments that there's no way. Because the only thing I'm concerned about is that I've got 2 males here, and they're bullying the female, but that wouldn't happen, would it? Even in smaller fish, if 2 of them are paired off and always together and digging, then that's a mated pair. And I've been trying to notice the differences between them. There's a little bit of a coloration difference, and obviously one's bigger than the other. I don't see that much difference, but I think there may be a slightly more pointed anal fin. So now the question is, if I decide to catch that Dovii, can I put him in any of my other tanks? I'm going to assume that other one is the smaller, less dominant male. Now for today, I bet I could put that Dovii in here. These Oscars could almost swallow him in a bite, but they wouldn't. He's got more attitude than any of them. You know, the flower horn is mean. That jaguar is twice as big as that Dovii, and it's not going to be bullied. So today, that other Dovii could do fine in this 220 gallon. But long term, I don't think it would work. Would you take that Dovii and put in here in case something happens with the others, or would you trade him off? The other if I wanted to keep that other Dovii, I could also put him in here with these black nasties. And he's the biggest fish, and he would be dominant in here, but that pairing might work, but not for long. I don't think any pairing I do is going to work with that Dovii. They're getting more and more bold, and they've dug a deep hole back there. The crazy part to me is this tank is not that big, and I spent so much time scanning, trying to look everywhere through the plants. Like, I know the water lettuce is thick, but oh, there's the other one. Finally, there's that one. And see, that one looks the same as the day I got him. And I think the other two have already grown substantially. Let's see how they interact. He's coming right down here with them. And then the third one is back there. See, right now there's no bullying behavior, but if you look at that one's tail fin, there's torn fins on the tail fin of this fish. But right now they're letting him down there. They're not bullying or chasing that fish. Let's see what happens. Okay, he's kind of after him. That one is significantly bigger, and I don't think there was that much difference when I got him. I think the size difference is being exaggerated every day they're in here together. See if this one eats, and if we can get a better look at it. That biggest one that's back there, that's the boss, it's got more blue under its eye. I'm guessing it's hard to pick them up, but that one definitely has the most blue of the three. I'm pretty sure that one that's looking right at the camera is the male. What beautiful fish. These guys are just gorgeous, and they're tiny. I mean, they're gonna change so much as they get bigger, but I've heard a lot of people say that a Dovii is a really intelligent fish, and I am deciding that's true. Just the way they're paying attention to what I'm doing. Now, if you're not familiar with Dovii, they are related to a jaguar cichlid. They're related to the black nasty cichlid. I believe some people call it a Haitian cichlid, but it's essentially one of the world's largest cichlids. They get as big as 3 foot in the wild, really wide, thick bodies as well. And they've got teeth. They've got a giant mouth like a largemouth bass, and they get big like a largemouth bass. And the difference is they have teeth. So it's a beautiful fish, and it's something I've always wanted to keep, but I don't want to mess up the pairing. See how this one has the blue? Look at I hope the coloration's getting picked up. Oh yeah, see? That guy's chasing this smaller one around. So I would imagine in this tank is 75 gallons, and this is probably only going to be a home to these fish for a couple months. But I would imagine that there won't be 3 fish in here for a couple months. It's a ticking time on how long that guy is going to let the other one live in there. He's cornered right in on him now. So I like to let my YouTube channels be a little bit of a choose your own adventure. And this is a fork in the road, and I need you guys to decide, what do I do with this other Dovii? If you have experience with either Dovii specifically or other cichlids, are you seeing what I'm seeing? Because I've kept cichlids forever, but I've never kept them in mated pairs. I mean, I have a couple times here and there, but I don't have that much experience with it. But to me, that definitely looks like mating behavior. So let me know what you guys think about this tank. And I'm thinking the next tank that the Dovii are going to go in this 210 gallon. Because I have plans for another tank for those guys. And that 210 is 2 foot wide, 3 foot tall, or 2 foot wide, 30 inches tall. It's not a lifetime home for the Dovii, but it'll work for a while. So I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.